Hi everybody, thank you for watching. So today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It? I have kicked off my Will I Buy It series, which means I will have a new Will I Buy It video every single Wednesday. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Samantha. I post videos nearly daily. I aim for every single day for a video. Sometimes it's every other day, but I hope that you will click the subscribe button so you will get notified when I post all of my videos, including my weekly series, which is a Will I Buy It Wednesday, where I talk about certain products, typically new releases or things that are coming back in stock, that sort of thing. And I just discuss if I will buy it, why I want to buy it, why I want to skip on it. I talk about when it's being released, where it'll be able to be purchased, the price. I show pictures of the products and that sort of thing. I started the Will I Buy It videos and turned it into a series because it seemed like a really fun way to still be able to talk to you guys about new releases. Even though I can't buy everything, I don't get a lot of PR packages and that sort of thing, so it's still kind of my way to be able to talk about a product and just discuss, like, as a friend. Will I buy it? Will I not buy it? And then you guys leave in the comments down below what you're thinking, if you're gonna buy what I'm talking about, if you've already bought it, or if you're gonna pass on it. So today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be talking about only one collection. Usually in my Will I Buy It videos, I talk about like 4 or 5 different products from different brands, but a lot of people have been asking me about this collection, so I thought I could do a dedicated video to the collection. And because I'm doing these every single week now, I kind of don't feel the pressure to put as many different products as I can into the video, since I know that I'll be filming a new one in just a few days and we'll have another video out there. So I might do more on these collections. If you guys do want to see these types of videos like based on a collection where I can go more in depth on each individual product and not try to rush it so I can talk about other products as well, please leave that in the comments below because there's a lot of different collections that I could talk about. But in today's video, we're going to be discussing the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection and that launch. So I'll go over each of the products that are in the launch, when you can get them, where you can get them, the price, and what the product is all about. So why don't we go ahead and jump right in. So Too Faced is going to be releasing a peach collection. So last spring, I believe it was, they released the Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette and people lost their minds over it. I lost my mind over it. I showed up at my Ulta at 9:50 a.m. with my coffee, waiting for it to open so I could purchase the Sweet Peach palette. People went crazy. This sold out so fast. It was flying off shelves. Nobody could get enough of the Sweet Peach palette. So like I said, I have the palette here. I can go into in depth about my thoughts of the palette and if I think the palette is worth it, but you know, the owners of Too Faced, I think, saw the response and decided, okay, not only do we need to come back out with the Sweet Peach palette, but, you know, let's expand. Like, let's do an entire collection. I mean, I don't know what their actual conversation sounded like, but to me, that would be basically what it is. Okay, people lost their minds over it. Let's bring it back. Let's bring back more. Boom, holler. It's done. So they are coming out with the whole peach collection. I am filming this video the day after the peach collection party launch happened with Too Faced, and they invited a lot of influencers out. My invitation must have just gotten lost. Like, where'd my invite go? So my invite got lost, so I did not go to the party in LA, but also I'm waiting. I haven't seen any of the videos come out yet. I know those influencers were given packages with the collection inside. I haven't seen any videos pop up yet, but I'm anxiously awaiting to see when those videos or swatches, etc. will come out. The peach collection, I can insert a picture here of what the collection is going to look like, but it does include the Sweet Peach palette. It also includes the Sweet Peach Glow Kit highlighting palette, the Sweet Peach Creamy Lip Oil, and the Papa Don't Peach Blush. Okay, so the full collection will be available on the Too Faced website December 14th at midnight EST. It'll be online at Ulta Beauty and Sephora December 15th and in stores January 5th. The Sweet Peach palette will be available online at Ulta and Sephora December 15th and in stores December 26th. Just so you know, I am getting my information from the Instagram page Trend Mood 1. This is a great Instagram account to follow. I can leave it linked down below. Just she's really, really great at having information about new releases, so that's where I'm reading it from. She puts everything right there. I think it's great. I'm obsessed with her Instagram. I read from it all the time, so I did want to let you guys know that is where I'm getting my information. If there's any questions, I would say check out Trend Mood 1 for sure. Okay, so jump into it. The Sweet Peach palette is going to be $49. I have the Sweet Peach palette, and to be really honest, I freaking love it. I love it. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I get asked a lot, and then when the peach palette was announced that it was going to be coming back, I started to get a lot of questions. Do you think this palette is worth it? Should I get this palette? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, I think that you should get this palette. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It smells like peaches, which is great. When you open it up, you kind of get that scent, and it's nice. It does come with a mirror. It is the hard tin. The chip palettes were just released from Too Faced, and I got the white chocolate chip palette. If you haven't seen any of my videos, I can leave them linked down below. And that was like very cheap plastic packaging. It wasn't very nice. This is like the tin packaging. Very nice, very cute packaging. Obviously, lots of peaches going on. Mirror inside, very nice. The eyeshadow pans are nice and big. I love it. The shades are beautiful. When I got this palette, I was obsessed with it. I couldn't put it down. I still create a ton of eye looks. I try not to use it as much anymore on camera when I'm doing tutorials because I know a lot of people were frustrated that they were not able to get the palette. So I try not to use it as much on camera, but days where I'm not filming or I'm not filming a tutorial, a lot of times I'm reaching for this palette because I love it. There are some great, like these shades over here, great transition shades, great shimmery shades. Which one is it? This Nectar shade I constantly use as an eyelid color. Peaches and Cream I use all the time. It's such a good base color. Like, I mean, that might seem like a really boring color, but you need a good base color for your eyes and a brow bone highlight. Peaches and Cream is amazing for that. So is White Peach. This Luscious shade I use all the time. It's a gorgeous shimmer color. Even something like Candied Peach, which is this pink shade right here that has a bit of a sheen to it. It might not seem like an exciting color, but it's gorgeous. Puree and Summer Yum I use as crease colors all of the freaking time. Bless Her Heart is this gorgeous green right here. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. Some of these darker shades over here I don't gravitate towards as much, but literally the rest of the palette I use up. So I do have some videos out with tutorials and I think even swatches of this, so I will leave any of those linked down below, but if you do want to see another tutorial using this, just let me know. But for like, will I buy it? Obviously I own it, so I'm not going to buy it again, but if I didn't have it, I would buy it. Okay, so the next one that I want to talk about is the Sweet Peach Glow Kit, which is $42. So it comes with a bronzer, a highlight, and then a blush topper. So I'll insert the picture down here so that you can see it. So what I've seen about the highlight, it looks really pretty. It has like the soft peach effect to it. Obviously it's going to be kind of a peachy highlight. I think that one looks really pretty. The blush topper again looks like a peachy sheen. Obviously, I mean, of course, all of this is going to be like somewhat peachy, right? So that is the blush topper, and then the bronzer I believe is a shimmer bronzer from what I've seen and heard, and like the pictures that I've seen, it does look to be like a shimmery bronzer. Again, this is $42 and it does have a mirror in it. It looks to be like really similar to the Too Faced eyeshadow palette, except what's inside is obviously different. The highlight I think that I would really like. I think that I would really like it. The blush topper, I'm not so sure. I've never felt like I've really understood what a blush topper is and what it's for, and I don't feel the urge to use it. The bronzer I feel like could be pretty, but because I'm hearing that it's a shimmer bronzer, that makes me not as excited. I don't really like my bronzer to have a lot of shimmer to it. I'm much more of like the matte bronzer type of girl. So out of the 3 products that are in this palette, I think I would only like one. So do I want to spend $42 and get the entire palette? I do not. I wish that the highlight would be separate, and honestly, like, because highlights are, you know, it's such a craze, I'm kind of surprised they didn't come out with an individual highlight, but for that reason, I think I'm gonna pass over this palette. I don't feel like I would use the bronzer at all. Maybe I would use the blush topper a little bit, but probably not, and so I'm not gonna spend $42 just to get one highlight. So the Peachy Glow I'm not going to get, but again, that one is $42. Let us know what you think of it in the comments down below. Next one that we have is Papa Don't Peach, which is a blush. It is $30. I will leave that down below. So obviously this is going to be a peachy blush. Am I right? So as I'm in the middle of filming this video, Madison Miller has put up her video of the peach collection and going through it. So each time that I'm waiting for my camera to cool down because it overheats, I am watching her video to see what it's about. So I'm kind of like, this is kind of crazy. I've never really filmed this way, but I was just watching what she had to say about the Papa Don't Peach blush. She said that the blushes are different from what's in the highlighting palette to the individual blush, that, you know, the highlighting palette is supposed to be more of the blush topper and it's more of like a peach tone blush, where the blush in the individual palette, she said, is still a peach blush, but it's more on the cool tone side, and then it definitely has a sheen to it. So I saw her swatch. I can leave her video link down below if you guys would want to check it out. Like I said, I'm watching it as I'm also filming this video, so that was kind of nice that that came out as I was doing this. So the blush is $30, which right away, that is kind of expensive for a blush. Like, I love ColourPop blushes a lot. They are $8. I love Milani blushes, and they're drugstore and they're very affordable as well, like $6 or $7, $8, something along those lines. So $30 is definitely expensive. The packaging is the same as well, where it's the tin, just like an eyeshadow palette. So even Madison said, you know, probably a lot of the cost is coming from that packaging. So I get it. I'm not a huge blush person. I'm really not, and I do own quite a few blushes anyways, and I have blush palettes and that sort of thing. So do I want to spend $30 on one individual blush? I don't think that I do. That just seems a little bit too expensive for me, for someone who doesn't love blush. Like, some people love blush, like that's what they are so excited to put on when they're doing their makeup, like they can't wait to put their blush on, and I am not that kind of person. So it's mostly the price that's getting me. I get it, and I like the packaging. I think it's super cute. From what I have just like quickly seen of the swatch, it looks really pretty, and it looks like a blush that I would like to wear. I love peach tones. I love it. I talked about it, I think it was in my last Will I Buy It, that the ColourPop came out with their peach line collection lippies, and I was so excited for it because I love peach. So I think this blush would look flattering on a lot of people, and I think it would look flattering on me. I just don't want to spend $30 on it. That's just too much for me and for what I need in my personal collection. But again, we're all different. I'm not telling anybody not to buy this blush, because maybe you love blush, maybe you need a new blush for your collection, maybe you need this specific color in your collection. So for me, I'm gonna pass on it, but what do you guys think? Are you gonna get the blush? Leave it in the comments down below. So the last ones we're gonna talk about are the Sweet Peach Creamy Lip Oil Lip Glosses. I have 8 different shades, and they are $19 a piece. So again, well, my camera was cooling down. I watched Madison, she swatched each one on her hands and on her lips in her video. And these to me seem interesting because they are supposed to be a lip gloss, but they're also supposed to be like super hydrating, good for your lips. That's kind of where like the lip oil comes in. But then also have really good pigmentation, supposed to smell like a peach, that sort of thing. So $19 to me for a lip gloss is pretty expensive. And Anastasia Beverly Hills and Kat Von D liquid lipsticks are $20. So I'm like, $19 for a lip gloss, like that seems kind of pricey. So I'm not so sure that I'm in love with that price. Would I buy all 8 shades? No. As I was watching Madison swatch them on her lips, I really did like the one, I think it was called Peach Tease. It was kind of like a darker coral type of color. They looked nice on her lips, but again, like I'm just not a huge lip gloss person. She did say that they weren't sticky, but I don't know. This one, like when I saw them, I was like, yeah, I could get one and test it out and try it out. But honestly, like $19 for a lip gloss, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. This might have to be one where I actually like go into Sephora and Ulta and swatch them and see what I actually feel about them before I decide to get them, because I'm just a little nervous that I would get it and then it would be sticky, or just, she did mention that some of them are streaky, maybe because they're supposed to be like the lip oil slash lip gloss. So she did point out several times like they can go on streaky, you just need to rub your lips together. But sometimes like when I rub my lips together wearing lip gloss, it makes it more streaky instead of less streaky. So I'm like, I don't know. Like as I'm talking about it now, again, new collection, very, very new collection that's being released. Don't have a lot to go off right now, but just kind of talking my way through it out loud. The more that I'm thinking about it, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, I'll get one. Now that I'm like talking my way through it, I'm kind of like, no, I don't think that I will. So I think it's just the price points on a lot of these in here just seem a little bit pricey to me. $30 for a blush, $19 for a lip gloss. It just seems a little overpriced in my opinion, but I don't know. I think I'm going to pass on the lip gloss as well. Maybe if I can get into Sephora. I honestly don't go to my mall very often. I don't prefer to go into stores, but maybe this will be something that I actually have to swatch in person, or maybe if more swatches come out, I can see what I think. But as of right now, I think I'm gonna say that I'm actually gonna pass on that as well. So overall, for the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection, I'm pretty much gonna pass on everything besides the peach palette that I do already own. I own it and I love it. So when I saw that they were coming out with a collection, I thought like, oh my, I'm gonna have to get so many more things because I think they all look really good. But I wish they would have came out with a highlight separately, because I probably would have purchased that, but to put it in a palette with a shimmer bronzer that I just don't use shimmer bronzers, and then a blush topper that I probably wouldn't use, I just don't want to go for that at $42. A blush being $30 I just think is a little overpriced in my opinion, and the $19 lip glosses, again, I think are a little pricey. And if you haven't seen, I did purchase the Too Faced White Chocolate Chip Palette. I have first impression, reviews, makeup tutorial, I can leave all of that linked down below, and I might still be a little salty after that palette. So that might be having a factor in here too. I was just like so completely unimpressed with that palette, and from what I've seen, I mean, there have been a few people that said, you know, I really like the white chocolate chip palette, I really like the chocolate chip palette, you know, they're working for me, I think they're great, but the majority of what I'm seeing is a lot of people are disappointed, and not just because of the size, that they were mini palettes, but because of the actual shades and pigmentation and that sort of thing. They just were not good. So yeah, I might still be like hankering onto some feelings from that one, but just in my opinion, it just seemed a little too overpriced for me for what each thing was. So I'm actually going to pass on the Too Faced Peach Collection palette. Honestly, like when I first started this video, I didn't think that's what I was going to say, but looking more in depth, Madison's video was really helpful to be watching as I'm filming this video as well, and it's not doing it for me. So let us know in the comments down below, is it doing it for you? Do you want to purchase it? Do you have it on your list? Again, I will leave all the information, the prices, dates that each product will be available. I'll leave all that listed down below in case this is a collection that you do want to get, or you want to get a few pieces from it. I'll leave it linked down below. I can say that I highly recommend the Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette. I own it, I love it, I think it's great, I would recommend it. I'll leave my videos on it down below, and let me know if you want to see an upcoming makeup tutorial with it. But that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Will I Buy It? I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed seeing a Will I Buy It on a collection. I know if you want to see more in the future, I know I've been asked about the MAC and Mariah Carey collection, so if you guys want to see that, leave that in the comments down below, or any other collections, products, anything like that. I'm starting to get a pretty good list together, so thank you guys so much for your suggestions. Now that this is going to be weekly, I'm like, I gotta get those suggestions in, I gotta know what to talk about in these videos. But thank you so much, I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying this series. So if you liked this edition of Will I Buy It, please do give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will subscribe before you go, and I'll catch you real soon in my next one. Bye.